So that's like a massive difference between 7, 8, and then 6.
Well, it also makes a difference because if those lower teams can't win very many matches, then the point gap becomes even more difficult. Because even 4 points means you have to win 1 and get a tie.
It's got to be very top-heavy here.
Yeah, it certainly is. We'll see where we're actually going to go, and it's going to be Clubhouse.
All right, variety.
Interesting thing about this one, similar to the last match where Liquid was the barometer, this time Ints is the barometer.
Don't tell me that
both teams played Ints. Liquid tied Ints. 1-7 for Black Dragons.
So last time Liquid played Clubhouse, I was told that it was against Red Devils a couple weeks ago, and people seem to agree that Liquid would be victorious. Makes sense, right? They played 7-0 versus Red Devils, or so I'm told, because I did not watch that game. But man, that was played at number 5. The one where we only have 3 games. No, they played Clubhouse.
I must have clicked on the wrong thing then. No, I believe you. It starts with C. There's like a million C maps, man. I'm telling you.
Corrigan,
yeah.
But Black Dragons have their work cut out for them in this match.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, when they played against Ints as well, 1-7, not a great scoreline to go. And this with the Black Dragons definitely in a better position by far for this.
Yep. So we'll see how this matchup goes. We're getting ready to head into the match again, ASAP here on Clubhouse. Look at Black Dragons. It seems like everybody's ready. There's not much really to say before this. I think we want to dive directly into the ban phase because we'll see if Thatcher gets banned this time, so I can yeet myself out the window. Send the game.
Yeet.
The Lord yeeteth and the Lord yonketh away. It's wise man once said.
The wisest. Guess what these bans will be, though, that's for sure. The first one coming out from Black Dragons here. Capital. Not a hard breacher, not Thatcher. That's a good start.
So now Liquid are in control. Do they ban the Maverick? They may want to. Okay, we're going to have full destroy. Thank you.
All right. Well, that means Cash is not going to be the greatest.
Yep. Having the Habana, the Thermite, and the Maverick is going to be a tough sell. Even Jim.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
I know.
It's like we finish
each other's
sandwiches.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, dude. 100%. Put it there. Let's go. That's a beautiful song, isn't it?
What will the last ban be? Thankfully, it can't be Thatcher.
Echo.
This is a defender. Yeah, most likely. Or Mira.
There you go. I completely forgot, because usually it's Mira and Echo. Not Maestro.
It's M&M, like us.
Because, Monte and Maestro. Are you Monte?
Well, it's 3 M's. Monte, Maestro, Mira. Wow.
And
we're going to have to change. Yeah, Mapatao. Mapatao it is.
Because his crossbow bolt just kind of fits the entire map once it deploys.
Okay, that's what you want to go with.
Save me.
Gym Bedroom, though, surprisingly, despite them having a good set of bans for basement.
Honestly, with potential of 3 hard breach.
I mean, I guess that also hurts a little bit downstairs, but you can impact trick and things like that, and I don't know. Seems like an odd choice to go Gym Bedroom first.
You need to go with the Cloud and the Bandit in this case, so Black Dragons are not holding back at all. It makes sense. It's really the only other thing that you can do. The question is, will there be as much of a hold on Cash as we're used to seeing from teams? For example, if you see Empire, how they held on to Cash so effectively in their matchup. Sisu tried, but it just kind of got completely shut down on that ingress.
Yeah. It's not the greatest. It's definitely hard to hold this particular site. And it's always better than Bar, at least. We've seen Bar tried like maybe a handful of times at most, and it's such a struggle. I'd love to see a team really figure it out, though, and kind of spread it in the meta. But, of course, the counter will get spread, and then it'll go away again.
LFO back in the day tried to.
Yeah, it's like no matter what they revamp on this map, Bar is still not the thing. They thought they were trying to improve Bar with the way they changed up the pool area and stuff like that. Just ultimately didn't work out. Like I said, though, no Thatcher ban means this is getting open quickly. They went with both the electrifying counter breachers.
There's still a next tortilla here in the back pocket of the COD. PZD is... Oh, here we go. Both Tortillas eliminated. Beautiful second EMP. Thrown in. Now Panico will have to rely on his impact play, which should work out well for him. And it's a really good position for him. But Liquid are just setting up for their push into Cash, and they also want to make sure that any players that exit Cash do not last long in construction.
It's the idea, at least. They're at least going to drown out servers for just trying to press on him, but it's good to be able to open up both sides. You don't always open up both sides when you're attacking the top floor, but when you're doing gym, you definitely do. It's one where you really need to be able to pressure heavily from the Cash side first. But the fact that they haven't got this open yet surprises me. This one, potentially they could have opened a little bit earlier, but I do at least like they're being methodical on Liquid here.
Oh yeah, ADS is going to get demolished thanks to the EMP as well, and it forces the bandit back. So the instant you have your drone set up, it's going to give you all info that everybody's so far back. And there should be a push on the gym at the same time to clear any players in the hallway. The hallway of death, as we called it at some point. 1 kill for PSK, but Live just peeks out as well and eliminates the Habana before she could do more work. That's a really big kill here for Black Dragons, but PZD is actually dropped on the floor.
So maybe it'll end up being a bit more of a trade.
He's detected as well. He's going to have to fall back, and I think that no one's going to be able to recover him anytime soon. It'll be a big loss of manpower on the site if Black Dragons actually do go for it. But Liquid have already penetrated the outer defenses and will start to slowly edge their way into Gym. We go for a plant through there. Always spot the edge of them here, Paulo, but he's going to turn around and hold on to the hallway. And on the floor, Hugsworth will find one, but it's Nesk on the refrag. GDN with one more gas canister left. He has a Kars angle for his teammate in construction to hold. Paulo finding PZD. Only 2 alive. GDN with only 1 caster again. Nesk will trade 1 to GDN, but it's Live to turn it into a 1v1. Paulo last alive. He knows where his opponent is. He's going to go for the pre-fire. The Jaeger around the corner, and Live will find it. Liquid lose the round off of magnificent gunplay. Black Dragons.
Well done. I mean, they managed to trade pretty much every death they had and then just edged out a little bit more with Live there at the end. That's really what mattered. I mean, time was getting a bit low as well. That gave a little bit less flexibility to Paul in how he played that. He couldn't necessarily go for a plant just because he had to go for the frag because he wasn't realistically even able to get the plant down without having to kind of fake it a little bit. But nonetheless, going to church, gym paid off, and going to church next should, in theory, maybe be the better site. Now, they got to have some idea that it's likely to be that next. That's what you see. Again, the double hard breachers and the Thatcher, as well as the soft breacher of Buck there to be able to fight from above. So overall, good lineup. Interestingly, they're going to go with Hugsort on the dock. That should be interesting. The mute jammers as well here coming out. See one to try and stop them from droning easily out of dirt. Good idea to stop them from being able to get good visibility inside Arsenal. What I want to see, though, is whether or not they're going to do any impact tricking to deny the hatch. It's always the gamble, because that can also get you killed if they're able to counter pressure you well, and then you end up staring at the ceiling while they just shoot you in the face. Doesn't always happen, but it's certainly a risk in trying to trick that. They could also use Kaeda on it, but a little riskier to do so, because again, you have to stand there, and you're not necessarily going to be able to time that perfectly.
No, it's a bit tricky to get the timing well on the Electro Claws, that's for sure.
It's not instant like an impact is.
Nope. That's why impact tricking is still such a big deal. But it's I'm very curious from Black Dragons here to hold on to the bar for as long as they are. And we saw Sisu kind of try something like that as well against Empire, but
yeah,
joystick happened.
He sure did. It hasn't finished happening yet. Good approach here. Again, the thoroughness coming out from Liquid. I really appreciated, again, the methodicalness that we came out last round with. But it was just that Black Dragons were ready to trade. They were very clustered up, though, as well. You saw even like the double peak that they made that Live was able to trade on. So that's really kind of what paid off to an extent, because Liquid were also equally clustered up, but they were looking to try and make their way in, whereas Black Dragons, of course, already being inside, were able to kind of continue to trade for each other. Curious to see if they'll try and do the same thing this time in that sense, but Liquid should be able to corral them a lot more than they're going to get corralled, and also be able to do some work from above. They also technically have 2 bucks as well to be able to destroy floors because they have the Jackal's shotgun as well. So they should be able to do a lot of downward destruction combined with the vertical or horizontal destruction coming out from the hard breachers, as well as the hatches getting opened.
Well, the hatch is already opened, as you saw in...
Yeah, I mean, the hatches.
Yes, the hatches.
Yes, there's 3.
So that's something that you can look at as Liquid and be kind of happy with what you've got. Nesk, free kill on a Hugzord, eliminating the Doc.
PZD wants to trade it so bad, too.
Nesk will get the info that blue is clear, but he'll have to watch out for Bar. And that's why he's checking that position before he moves in. Actually gets into the lounge. We're pre-fire here from Paulo to fire into the back of the bar, but...
Good distraction as well, though, while his teammate comes from around the other side.
Oh, drops the hatch.
All right.
Look at the amount of time being wasted, but so many bits of utility being used on the top floor, and 2 kills. GDN and Live. Sexy kick and Paulo.
Live's been a big impact player so far this round, this match.
Yeah. As long as he stays alive. PSK will try to vault into blue here as Moringa does not realize that the Valkyrie is very close to him. Have to watch for the oil pit, so drops here from Nesk might not be as effective as you'd imagine them to be. And he's prepping a grenade to fire it down. It will not hit anything, possibly because you didn't have any drones to give info. If only he knew the Valkyrie was just around the corner. It would have been a huge kill for them, opening things up for Liquid.
I'm sure I'll know soon enough. 15 seconds approximately left.
You gotta go right here, right now, and Nesk will dive on in. And all of his teammates in Panico is just looking to collect them all. Here's 2 kills for him. He gets dropped in the 3K for Nesk. Trying to go for the diffuser plant. Live and PZD are the last 2 alive. Nobody pushing him. Oh, and as I say that, it's PZD from behind. Easy headshot as there was no time left for Nesk. That's all she wrote for this defense again. Black Dragons, effective.
Yep.
Orthodox play.
To be fair, like we said about the attack-sidedness of Consulate, this is a very defender-sided map. So this is not as big a surprise, especially with 2 teams that are literally just 1 point away from each other. So this is likely to be a close match. In fact, it may be ending up in a tie, I imagine. I mean, that's the score that Liquid got when they played Ints on it. As you said, though, when they played Red Devils, a little bit of a different scoreline. Clash? Really? No, I didn't think so. It would have been Clash on Cash, but nope. It's just going to be Cash without Clash. It's going to be Mute. Try and deny things out a little bit more. Might be used as well to deny the gym jacuzzi wall. Be able to stall them out a little bit longer if they wanted to push from that side. You're not going to really stall them for very long, though. They could just open the window and take out that Mute Jammer, but still. You slow them down is good. See how they set this up. Again, they're bringing the Doc this time on a different player. It's going to be on Panico. They value that ACOG, I guess. But to be fair, they won the last 2 rounds, so doing whatever's working for them. Nothing too crazy coming out from Liquid, though. Difference this round, though, is they're going to be bringing Nesk on Zofia instead of Buck. Very useful for trying to deny bandit tricking. Firing it across, of course, to where the bandit would be saying, or even coming in from below, like the Buck would. Either way, Nesk, though, finding most of the kills for Liquid. You can see him up there at 5. Kala and PSK only finding 1 each. So PSK 1 appropriately named for the moment. But gotta imagine that Liquid will probably get at least 1 attack round, if not more. But it's seeming to take them a little bit of time as, again, Black Dragons trading back and forth most of the time and then coming out ahead in the end, either a 2v1 or a 1v1 that they're seeming to win. And Live has been a big factor in that, but he's going to try and be a big factor early on this time. Might just get himself killed and does not.
Well, in round number 1, Liquid kind of gave themselves an advantage. They had every advantage in the book. Yeah. They kind of just lost it on the gunfights themselves. They lost the Habana, which was the linchpin of the attack as well. You had so much available destruction, and yet you lose the 1 clinch operator, and you're stuck with gunfights, and in gunfights, you know, it can just go in any way, shape, direction. So Hugzor's going to be pushed back for just a moment, but he sets up his battery again. And just waits to go for the other.
And now they know he's tricking for sure. This is where Zofia comes into play, potentially. And you see Nesk getting set up for it. Timing, will it be there? Will they stop him?
Last CMP, and yes, the stun. He'll be boosted up as Hugzor will fall back. And yeah, it's a good thing to have the dock as well supporting you so you can survive a couple bullets just in case. And Hugzord goes back, but this time
Back to work.
Tricking the other side.
Yeah. He definitely put in an effort, but yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do in that situation. That's why they bring those particular operators. And it worked. He didn't have to play from below in lounge, which is kind of risky for a Buck to be doing because looking upwards means you tend to get caught from the myriad of different angles you could be approached from. Paula getting some good footprints here from anyone who's rotated around. Not sure who he caught, but definitely helping controlling potential roam play that there likely will be to try and come for a flank from behind.
Ball opening up some few extra holes here. Just give him something to work with from trading. And the logistics office, that is. Nesk will dive down. It's the first kill to be collected by Black Dragons. We're in control, even though the holes are all in Liquid's favor.
Well, now there's a hole in the attack. Almost two. Nesk just barely getting away with that.
Half HP here is Panico. You really don't want to swing wide against him here at the doorway. Usually, you're really going to be losing it so badly. There's little time left, 25 seconds. Might be just be hitting the same problem as we had in the previous round. You have a Thatcher, you've got everything that it takes, and a tap from Nesk. It's one kill for him, a second for Nesk, and just saving the round potentially here for Liquid, a 3v2 with PCD probably having a Nitro cell. It's a 2v2 actually as PSK's on the floor. PCD turning around, and he finds his teammate! No! Outlines! Teammate outlines, PCD!
That was live, too.
Ay, 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 porca miseria. Turns around to try and find one by the window. There's already a thermite close up to him. He fires down into the soft wall. But it's just so much for him to do. As Zofia spots him, he fires into the side of the wall into the cash room. But Nesk collects one more head.
He's got to feel so dumb for that team kill. He might have teammate outlines off. If he does, that's terrible. But at the same time, like I don't know that he downed the. He probably didn't know that he downed the player. It was just trying to fire against him. The fact that the player was downed was actually what caused him to shoot his teammate. So it is an understandable mistake. He was trying to do some more work on the person he'd hit. Just hit the wrong person instead. They'll try cash again. But yeah, ultimately it did cost them. But I feel like we're watching old Vitality play the way Liquid are playing. These 20-second frag fest pushes that somehow they're winning enough of off of Nesk pretty much to be able to get in. It's just not always getting towards plant down because they're losing too many people on the trades. That time, though, one of the trades went in their favor because of the kill onto live. Can't count on that happening again, though. They are going to bring in Echo this time, interestingly enough. I got to wonder if they're still going to put in the effort to bandit trick it, knowing that Liquid know how to counter it. But you never know. Maybe they could actually go for a peek out or something at just the right time. Try and counter it. It's a risky thing to do, but I mean, you know, you got to make take risks to make plays, I guess, especially in Latin America. Just don't play it like Red Devils in that last console round. This whole time I'm talking about why isn't there any spawn peaks, and there they are. Nesk though up there with 8.
They just all lost.
It's like they heard me and they're like, you mean these spawn peaks?
No, not these ones. The complete opposite.
The ones that work is the ones I meant. You ask Rogue to show you.
I actually know all about spawn peaks. Rogue, that is. Feels like we're checking out a repeat of the previous round.
Yep. PZD gonna go for that long flank there. Live also playing, like you said, the same kind of spot here. The difference is the Echo, though, and whether or not that will be something that can stop them. Because I like the choice, considering Liquid are running in and fragging out in the last 20 seconds. Good opera. It's like, you know, why Vitality had to ban the Echo. The thing is, though, you got to be alive to use it, so you can't just be sitting in sight. You got to find a hiding spot.
A bomb has been located.
So what does Liquid do in this attack? Will it be more orchestrated than what we saw before? See the EMPs possibly being set up here as Hugzord will be stunned, but will actually set down his shock wire and that zaps away one thermite charge.
Good timing on his part, and unfortunate for Nesk, not the best timing for him. Hugzord, though, actually hoping to get a free kill out of it if the peak comes around. The Echo drone actually setting up to help him spot for it, but it gets taken out. Price you paid to try and spy on poor old Nesk. And Nesk actually got caught off guard, but the shot's being missed.
Bandit turning around the corner. Oh, he spots him, but Nesk is unable to hit it.
Hugs are getting away with a lot.
He's still there.
This is not going great. This is burning a lot of time too. Last time when they got this done efficiently, they still almost ran out of time. I don't know if they can actually even get into sight at the rate they were going before.
Sexy Cake has also taken a lot of damage. I'm not sure if it was in the feet through the drone hole or not.
Definitely might have been. The amount of damage sustained, chances are that was shot in the feet. Pala is at least tracking live.
Oh, so close. So close to the Bandit. That's a very odd hole, but it's not a rotation hole. That was set up by Nesk if you're watching it. So it's definitely not something pre-planned by BD. 40 seconds left now. And what do you do with this strat here? Nesk still watching on. Nobody peeking him just yet. And more holes being opened up on the opposite end here by construction. Nesk will find the kill on Hugzord. Finally on the Bandit. I'll be able to open up through the window and demolish any barbed wire there. Sexy Cake with another on a GDN and a perfect walk-in hole for Moringa to get on the site. The fuser needs to be set ASAP as Live will actually find 2 free kills for himself. Oh, Panico with one more on the Nesk. So close to getting one more. Live comes in from behind. The fuser's not set just yet. Sexy Cake and Moringa will find a kill each. PCD from below. Nitro Cell will connect. Will it? Yes! It goes. Sexy Cake out.
Again, time not working out in their favor. They had to plant in a situation where they had no time left to clear. Unfortunately for Liquid, they went for the same attack strategy, and Black Dragons actually adapted. Also some missed timing from Liquid. You saw the beautiful ballet the round before, and it just was quite a stumble that time instead. They get away with it. Also some missed shots from both of them. The shots from the Bandit not really connecting on Nesk, but him not also being able to frag back, so Church it will be now. So you can go back here now. So far, they've won all 3 of the sites. It just took them 2 tries for cash. They definitely could do this again. As Liquid last time were very short on time for the push. Had to kind of just drop when they didn't want to. Very inefficient. And again, they're going to bring the Echo. Try and help with that. They just need to be careful about where they put the drone. But no IQ ban this time, so Liquid could be bringing it, but they're not. Understandably so, they don't necessarily know if it's going to be an Echo this often.
I know it's a defensive-sided map, but the one round that Liquid won was so weird, and then Black Dragons are kind of in control.
Yeah.
A lot of times as well on their 3 wins. And honestly, I want to say that it's not completely Black Dragons making it work. It's Team Liquid kind of messing up quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, either way, you know, they'll have a chance to pick it back up on their defense side. It's just a question of how many rounds they might drop before then. Hugzord going to have to be a little more careful with those yokais this time. I liked the idea, though, of trying to be able to spot it, but you needed to have that pre-placed. Couldn't be waiting to rotate that later. You knew what they were going to be doing. Nesk again doing similar work. Again, he's the only one on Liquid really showing up for the most part, though, and that's a big problem for Liquid. He's certainly not the only gunner on the team. He's just usually the star gunner. It's definitely been a bit of a struggle. Pala also a very good player in terms of getting those kills, so it's surprising to see him this low down. But Black Dragons are putting up a good fight. Panico could be setting up to Impact Trick as well as Kaid Trick, depending on what he needs to do. As you saw him in Arsenal underneath the hatch. PZD, typical Jaeger though, playing down here in Blue Generator. He's going to have to be smart about this though. They could push him from Oil Pit as well, and he's looking for a drone. Might be coming in to check that, but nope, the drone's coming from... I like this. Moringa just jumping it up, looking to see if he might be there, rather than just rotating it down and risking losing it right away. But PZD's expecting an Oil Pit drop. No one wanting to give him that. Again, Liquid. Just stalling out.
So slow. What is going on?
They are taking their sweet time.
They're definitely being more solid than Liquid in this game so far, Devin. You'll have to allow me that one.
All right. Fair enough.
At least the Yokai drone has been disabled momentarily and dropped on the floor. Live is actually getting a bit more aggressive here. He won't launch a Nitro Cell into his opponent. He's unsure of where both Nesk and Moringa are. Moringa's a bit too far back now, and Sexy Cake has gotten himself close to the kitchen. He wants to open up the hatch. Sure, you have the Habana, but you need to make sure that you don't fall to those impact tricks. And I believe that an impact was thrown. Did not. Okay.
That's not working.
As intended.
Yeah. It's possible it's just not destroying on our side, but it also just might not be destroying it correctly for him either. And Kaidrick, I think.
Yep. Oh, Ness!
Nice try, Panico.
He finds it.
Nonetheless,
Panico
denies the hatch, though.
That's really what matters in this situation.
Yeah. His life for the hatch, worth it.
My life for iron.
He saves so many other lives by doing that.
Very true. A hero over time, indeed. Live with the pre-fire up in the hatch, but there's 15 seconds left. GDN and Hugzord collect one each as PSK downs PZD. And one more for live. Sexy Cake left alive with low HP, and Hugzord dropped on the floor with the hatch already clear. It's Black Dragons. Let's secure yet another round. Liquid. So slow.
And that's the really unfortunate thing. When they're slow and they lose the hatch.
Time management, man. It's your, you know, we talk about drones and we talk about setup and everything. Time is literally the most important resource in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yep.
Right here, right now, flat out.
And it's always in favor of the defense.
Exactly.
Especially on this map. But yeah, just Liquid, it's like they're doing a similar thing to Vitality. The difference is, you know why old Vitality won?
Why?
Because they got kills too early on. They would soften things up before they went for that crazy last 10 to 15 second frag fest. It was usually a 5 versus 3.
Speaking of Vitality, they actually won their game 2-1 against Sisu in the qualifiers right now for the major.
Who do we got left in contention?
I will take a look at that in just a moment.
It's hard to keep track of all that.
Yeah, there's quite a few things that are happening as we speak. 6 major 2019. I have NA open.
So we'll go to Gym, as of course they won Cash and Church, the last two. And they're not going to go to Bar, so this is Liquid. Obviously, you're going to know exactly where they're fighting, but it's interesting that they bring the Zofia anyways.
Yeah, so update on the major qualifiers for Europe, which are going on as we speak. Na'Vi beat BDS 2-1. And Vitality beat Sisu 2-1, and that was apparently a really tight game between Vitality and the Finns, which gives us Na'Vi versus Vitality. Winner of that plays against Forza, the second best Russian team after Team Empire.
And keep in mind, Empire used to be Forza too.
Yes, and
Passing on the name.
Forza defeated Vitality 2-1 only a few days ago, all over the weekend. Or yesterday, actually, excuse me. So
Quite the fight.
Quite the fight now, and
Imagine
Chaos.
if we had 2 Russian teams in.
Chaos are just waiting.
Yeah.
Chaos are actually so close to making it to rally, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do. That's
This
wonderful. Are we playing Pictogram? What is that?
Yeah, it's like Morse code or something.
Beep, 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 beep,
Dots
beep,
and
beep,
dashes there.
beep. Dash doesn't play.
It's
Beep, 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 beep. Are we gonna lose this time?
I mean,
they're literally telegraphing their strategy.
all right. No, I'll give you that one.
That was a good one.
That was definitely better than some of the other ones.
I think the bar is set pretty low there.
Yeah, it's right below them.
I'm so glad. I missed you so much. Where have you been all my life?
Alive before you.
All right, old man. The future is now.
Yeah.
Sexy Cake opening things up here
He's
with
going for the old Maverick trick.
Yep, that basically allows you to open up or destroy the reinforcements that were preset, and it turns the wall into a soft one, as you see. There you go.
Soft. I love how it stays electrified, though. That's my favorite part.
Wood is a great conductor of electricity.
Certainly seemed that way.
Definitely didn't take physics in school and university.
Looks like they still haven't taken care of the electrical.
There you go. Text an EMP for it.
Yep. They are, again, slow going in here. Last time it turned into quite the frag fest once they got into the actual bedroom.
Look at this, though. A lot of play from downstairs. Coming up from Black Dragons. Nitro Cell set as well by
Nice package and the fail.
Oh.
Just blow it as a distraction at this point. You're not picking it back up. I'm sorry. He
Oh
wants
my
and then the map.
Panico! Oh man, beautiful
Nice.
from Hugzord. It was all a 200 IQ play to disrupt Team Liquid. And that's 2 kills collected by the Nitro. Another Nitro out, and
PZD, that's 2 for you. You're getting cut at this rate. Could you stop killing your friends?
the pre-fire from Moringa around the corner into the hallways. PSK is close up. The Fuser should get planted any time now. There's no Nitro Cell left. A second team kill for Black Dragon.
Kill on PZD.
Oh, PSK will find 1 kill. Where's the last one, though? It's live. He's low on HP. He's in construction. Is he going to get pushed from behind? 1 second left. PSK! Oh, the last second! He clutches it, and Liquid secure at least something at the end of this insane round.
What?
God!
Okay, when Liquid wins off of 2 team kills by Black Dragons, it's not a great attack.
They literally handed you the round on a silver platter.
I like how PZD kills one and the GDN's like, you're going down, bruh.
Those are mine. God damn it.
What a round. Well, now we'll see how Liquid defend things. They're going to start off with the Echo. Sexy Kid can be playing that. And they're going to start down in Church, as they generally should. Although, hey, the gym worked almost both times. Certainly worked the first time coming out from Black Dragons. The sneak onto the castle here. Interesting choice. You don't really need castle for downstairs, but it could add some spice depending on how you want to play with your roamers, because it can make it a lot easier for roamers to stay a little safer upstairs, as it can be harder to push them out, and they can stay a little safer in certain spots, watch certain angles. So there's that. Looked like, was that a castle barricade or wooden barricade on that door? Wooden, okay. Just making sure. They are setting up a lot of wooden barricades, though. Just trying to make sure. Getting those reinforcements up in bar as well. Makes me think someone's going to be playing in bar and using those castle barricades, which makes sense. Why PSK would be bringing that. Black Dragon's bringing pretty much the same lineup that we saw from Liquid as well. Double Hard Breacher, the Jackal, the Thatcher, and the Zofia. So, again, another kind of mirror match sort of thing like we see on Consulate. No real variations for the most part. So Nesk going to get some of the mute jams down on some of the walls as well. They're really trying to set up a bar defense here. Almost makes me wonder if they're going to play bar at this point, just how much effort they're putting into it. Jackal tracking, though, might make it a little bit easier for them to do some work pushing in. No, they're going for a rush strat. Oh, 3 going down. Moringa gets 1. Live takes 2. Oh, no, just 1. 3 for Liquid, 2 for Moringa, 1 for Sexy Cake.
Live at least gets 1 out of it. Live a second one on a Nesk. Now he's going to try to go into the site. Unfortunately, the diffuser is a bit too far away. What is this crazy setup from Team Liquid? The Jackal solo on HP. Welcome to Latin America. We're under a minute in the round, and it's already work being done. Diffuser is being held by Paulo. How will we recover?
What a first minute. And now the Echo still being alive as well makes this very difficult, because he's going to be able to get good intel on where these last 2 players are playing. But at least Live has the ability to do some tracking as well, trying to find out where the last 3 are. Now they got to know, though, with the Echo, he's mostly going to be on site, but there we go. There goes Live.
Oh, a huge kill from Live here onto Paulo. This opens up way to take hold of the diffuser. Live's going to try to snack around. He's not snacking around.
Crazy.
He already snacked on 3 players from Team Liquid. PZD watching in from the hatches. Nobody's rotated just yet. Oh, if he can find this kill, it might be just huge. Pre-firing, but PSK only needed 1 bullet onto Live. And now, PZD walks into the site, gets dropped. He's going to try to recover, but Black Dragons have already lost the round. Sexy Cake collects a knife, and Liquid put up a round on the board.
Here we go on the defensive sidedness for Liquid, but interesting rush track coming up from Black Dragons. Just trying to drop and go. Unfortunately for them, the shotgun from Moringa was just ready for them there. I mean, it's not the play. You really need to do a little bit better droning and preparation for dropping that. You almost need someone to drop Oil Pit as well to be able to fire a bit longer range, but valiant effort nonetheless. They definitely tried at least to do something exciting on their first attack round. Now it will be going to Cash, so they're definitely saving Jim for last. Again, nothing too different coming out here on the defensive or the attack lineups. I do want to see, though, if on this Cash, we could see PZD playing the window with Zofia in terms of trying to stop the bandit tricking from PSK. Better or worse than what we saw from Liquid. So that was definitely crucial to that first attack. I gotta wonder though, so it's like, I'm worried about like, okay, what's Black Dragon's time management like? So that instead of making you wonder that, they just go straight for the rush. I guess
you don't need time management.
Yeah, you had 2
Rush.
minutes left to play at that after that. So, again, they're going to have the Echo, though, to be able to take advantage of if Black Dragon is a little more slower and methodical on this. It almost looks like it's Live versus Nesk here, just looking off the scoreboard, which makes sense based off of how a lot of these kind of clutch plays have been, although a lot of times it's Nesk early on and Live late round. If he doesn't get killed by PZD, that is. He's overly cautious of these spawn peaks. They're definitely concerned about Liquid playing a little more loose, trying to go for those peaks. Interesting that PZD's on this side of the site, though. Trying to set up for this. He's going to be doing some droning instead, trying to get a feel for it before he goes around to this side. Probably a good idea, though, to know what you're dealing with before you rotate over to the window side, just to be safe. Moringa, though, watching that drone hole. It's actually with the drone inside the garage. I like that idea, so you don't have to peek it from the rafters. You can just have the Echo drone actually watch that for you if someone's playing on those rafters.
Yeah, it's the substitute for having the Maestro band, right? So
Exactly, yeah.
you have the potential to run the dock. A lot of teams have been running the dock in that position, and it's been a thing for quite a few months. It's just big sustainability, but we don't have those plays coming in from the garage doorway anymore. Nobody really does that, which is good because
well, the upside down repeller, you think would bring it back. Yeah, I mean it's such a useful tactic. Like you think people will be taking advantage of that more?
no, more.
Yeah,
more than they already do.
This is pro league. This is the highest level of play. You need every edge you can get, especially when it's a defensive sided map.
Good point. Why are you always so right, Devin?
I'm sorry. If I'm right, you're left. Just not on the camera. It's like the opposite.
Well, kind of.
All right, well, they are trying to stun him, but it doesn't work.
Oh, it actually opened up.
There we go, never mind.
PSK at the last second loses control of the reinforced wall. He'll take a decent chunk of damage here, as well as Nesk. Hugzord just a tiny tick for himself. The wall has been opened. Mission accomplished. We can go home.
Some time left here. I mean, it did take them a bit of time, though. 2 minutes just to get an external wall open. It's not great. Hopefully they got a bunch of good intel on where a lot of the defenders are sitting, though. That was what Liquid spent a lot of the time doing. Pala actually takes a ton of damage. Nesk and PSK have also taken some, so they're pretty well softened up because Black Dragons haven't suffered any damage yet. This absolutely could go Black Dragon's way during this last 50 seconds if it turns into a similar frag fest. Panico hoping to get a freebie here from the window as well. I gotta imagine, though, there's a yokai drone that could be spotting him, depending on where those are placed. There's also pings coming out from the Jackal. It's going to make it even harder to sit here.
How is he still alive? Paolo's taking so much damage here. There's one on the cross coming in from construction, and PSK is in support. But Live is going to turn around. All right, that was anticlimactic. But Black Dragons are setting up for their push. Nitro Cell in right in the face of Live. Paolo will collect one. Moringa's up close as well. We'll chuck extra smoke, and that's on the opposite end to watch for the balcony play. Paolo with one more, but Moringa another. PZD and Panico trading off two as well. Turning to 3v3, 3v2 now. Nesk eliminated. It's a 2v1. Leaving Sexy Cake and Nesk alive, and no! Liquid win the round.
He didn't even make an effort to pick up the diffuser.
Oy, oy, oy. What is diffuser? I thought all you needed to do in this game is shoot heads, lol.
Just click them. Mouse 1 to win. Either way, though, that was...
Look, man, it's not a LATAM playdate if I'm not having a meltdown.
That's true. So I love casting LATAM with you. Just watching you just freak out. It's super fun. Well, gym bedroom it is. Of course, that's the third bomb site now that they won their first two, which is not a surprise. Because, well, you know, defensive-sidedness, right? Plus, it's also Liquid. Strong team. But that really should have been Black Dragon's round. Like, they had all the advantage, especially in a series of gunfights. I mean, obviously, one of them was a C4 against the player throwing it had almost no health. So he totally would have lost the gunfight. But, hey, C4 works. So, again, showing how defensive-sided it can be when you just don't have a good enough intel on a lot of the players in sight or just good positioning and angles, and you feel a little bit desperate and short of time. Team Liquid also put in a good effort on trying to make those work. Now, gym bedroom. This could be their weak site. This is where we could see Black Dragons come into their own, because that's what happened on Liquid's attacks. They managed to win the 3rd bomb site against Black Dragons, which was cash for them. So it really depends on how well practiced Black Dragons are in taking this. Still looks like Nesk versus Live, though. But GDN and Panico have come up a little bit. Almost 5s across the board there for a lot of the rest of Liquid.
What is
I'm
it?
glad to see a lot of the rest of them showing up.
What is it with Liquid and playing Clubhouse? What is it with Liquid and playing in general this season?
It's been interesting. Like I said, I still think they're getting comfortable with their newer lineup. Takes some time.
See you next year.
I have a feeling they'll come in stronger the second half. Not that they're playing terribly here. Mind you, their time management wasn't great. That's something they obviously need to work on. Maybe they're not dry running enough. Or maybe it's just their drone efficiency. I gotta say, some of that too, the reason that Vitality were more efficient on that is they usually followed up their drones. With, they would use the drones to actually lead to a kill. I feel like Liquid
used to do that.
Well, they're just trying to get information now. Paula trying to peek the door and no one else trying to counter peek him, but they are at least trying to drone, get an idea what is that. But I think you know where he's at. You don't really need a drone to confirm this, and it's actually kind of a wasted drone utility, in my opinion, if you're not going to be able to do something with that information. I mean, sure, don't peek the doorway, but you pretty much can confirm he's there.
There's a camera, right? It's like a Vaya camera on the floor.
I guess.
Located by attackers.
Interesting.
Creepy-esque.
Yeah. Well, things slow down as they start to make their push, but they do have the wall open here to try and make their way across. But that's the not important wall.
It's now the question, where do you go? But this is like holding on to cash as if it's the site itself and not gym bedroom.
Yeah, and this is, again, just them getting slowed down a bit. I mean, it's still a minute and a half left, not too bad, but the fact that they have to contest Raptors on a gym attack, they do actually force him off, too, and he's going to approach the door and drop oil. Nice series of drops there.
So that was a reinforced wall, right? I'm not going crazy.
I think so.
Sure looks like it. Yep. Makes a lot of sense. A lot of utility set by Liquid in the defense of the garage and of cash. Paulo just takes his time, rotates all the way back up. It's burning so much. Oh, man.
Oh, I think it saw him now. Definitely saw him now.
Okay, well, he's going to have to fall back. He's got Paulo as well to help him out here. But there's 40 seconds left, Devin. And there's 5 people alive with no second wall. Well, actually, I say that, but there is a second wall opened up by Black Dragons. It's very possible to just land in the site, and nitro cells are aplenty. Team Liquid. Flashbang right in the face of Nesk will force him off the stairs. Just a moment, as Hugzor penetrates the site, he finds 1 kill on Sexy Cake, gets shot from the back. Is that diffuser dropped on the floor? No, it's still in the back, actually. Right on the walkway in the balcony. Paulo with 1. PZD on the refrag of Moringa. 2v2. The diffuser is just being held by the defense. Nesk will find PZD as he walks all the way back to try and recover the diffuser. Oh, Black Dragons have made such a huge miscalculation. Live will try to come in behind the corner and Live. Oh, he finds it. Hits the body and Nesk. Oh,
Free fire.
No. That was so sloppy.
That was definitely the play. He really should have been in gym at that point. But hey, like I said, 3rd bomb site, that's the one they win. Same thing happened on Liquid's attacks. So that means they can go back to church, though. This is where it starts to go against them, because now they can play their 2 bomb sites again, church and cash, and then take the map potentially 7-4, depending on how things roll out here. So if the pattern follows from the other side, it's not going to be great here for Black Dragons. They're going to be going with similar utility. No one's really varying things up too much. The only difference was like when Nesk switched from Buck to Zofia. It's been pretty much just everyone play mostly the same things. We'll get Mute Jammer at Castle again this time. Try and set up for that upstairs defense some more. I can't imagine that Black Dragons are going to go for that rush this time, though. That was the big difference on the first cash attack. Although that was surprisingly close. Mostly just favored towards Liquid because of the shotgun play. But yeah, they're reinforcing everything up here again, almost setting up like they're going to play bar. Playing so they can comfortably roam for as long as possible. They're dedicating so many reinforcements upstairs. Do you realize how few reinforcements there will be downstairs now?
Quite a few.
Because of that. They are going to be impoverished when it comes to reinforcements downstairs.
feed them cake.
Yeah. I almost wonder how many hatches they're even getting. Are they even getting them all, or are they leaving like stocks off, for example?
Usually what you do is you do leave stocks off in this case. Even bar.
Yeah, so you
Open.
can rotate out. Yeah.
Yep. You need them.
This is a very aggressive defensive posture.
So you do a similar thing as well on bank if you're playing an open area and in archives whilst you're defending
Like stock.
downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for that rotate.
Exactly.
Oh,
free kill.
nice catch.
PZD just yoinking Hollow away. Now logistics office going to be pushed in by Live, but
I feel like if you added in the team kills to PZD's score, he'd be top fragged. So unfortunately, they don't count that way.
sure, we can make them count. We have the power. We have the technology, Devin.
Well, they are at least trying to cordon off the rotate from the oil pit ladder. They're having to dedicate using the Habana X Kairos to open up castle barricades because they only have so many Zophias. Oh, again, a failed C4. For the region that's so good at C4 throws, they almost look too heavy, like they weren't working their arms out enough before playing.
Never skip arms day,
Nope.
which is every day. Panico turning around to blue, and he won't find anybody in there. Black Dragon's kind of slowed down. GDN has used his X-Kairos on the castle barricade knowingly because, yeah, sure, the hatch is open. I don't really need to have that X-Kairos. It's okay. A yokai will be taken away here from Sexy Cake, and see both Nesk and PSK are set up near the kitchen and by the top of the stairs. Oxford will have one wall opened up here that's using an exothermic charge actually to open it up. There's control of kitchen still for Team Liquid. They are not letting this go, and they're going to be droned out.
I mean, don't tell me they have kitchen soft to rotate as well. That would be very awkward at this point.
No.
I mean, they're really dedicated to holding these upstairs. To be fair, it's actually kind of working. They've lost one member. There's only 45 seconds left to actually get down to sight. I mean, assuming they even get some of these kills. Live missing too many shots there.
Find one. GDN and PCD actually getting a kill. There's no follow-up with the Nitro Cell as Moringa and Sexy Cake are the last two alive. Of course, none of that is available. You have to worry about the yokai here as Panico comes on in, drops one on the floor. Sexy Cake taken away. No more worry about the yokai. And Moringa is last alive. He's got impact grenades, but I'm not sure how those Pokeballs will save him at the end of the day. He drops 2 kills. The shotgun now in hand. Diffuser still needs to be ferried down. The Habana taken away. Moringa looking for all 5. See if Black Dragons are ready for this. Moringa definitely is. Shotgun in hand, and he knows that there's a player close up to him. He finds him. Live is down on the floor. Moringa, last on in, smoke in the back. Damage being taken here by Hugsword. No, he's going to turn around the corner. Goes in for the fire with Hugsword. Oh, saves the day for Black Dragons.
I'm not going to lie. I wanted him to make that ace clutch. That was the effort of all efforts. To take it from a 1v5 to a 1v1 before the diffusers even finished ticking. What a play.
He was ready.
He was,
Not
but
the last one.
unfortunately, Black Dragons slightly readier.
This is bad for Liquid. And not only because it's at 6-4, it's bad because in the grand scheme of things, Team Liquid can only get 1 point at the end of today, which is awful for them because if we look at the scoreline currently and in Brazil, then we'll see that Team Liquid are at only 8 points. You know where the closest team is to them when it comes to the top 2 that will qualify to Japan?
2 million.
FaZe is 9 points away.
9 point. Yeah, wow. That's more than double then.
They actually have more than double. They're at 17, and Liquid is at 8. And a max that Liquid can receive today is 1.
It's starting to look pretty settled on who's going to Japan at this point.
Bit by bit. We'll see. Possibly the first couple of days of Pro League as we come back in September will tell us a greater story. But for now, the story is Moringa unable to clutch. Kills will going the way of Liquid. That's not a problem. They're able to get kills, but there's no follow-up. Terrible time management.
I mean, I liked the idea of dedicating so many people upstairs, but they just didn't have enough escape routes. They were really cornered. I mean, I like trying to fight in the kitchen, but they had 2 people to push you. It was not the play. It was an interesting idea, though. credit for that. But Moringa almost saved it entirely single-handedly, and that's the power of smoke, the shotgun SMG. Using it like a laser. They're going to go again for a roam play.
Bomb diffuser.
Over here on the gym side. Not too far off site, but they really want to make sure that they get punished for opening every single wall. Yokai drone in there to support as well. Rotating over. Nesk playing a bit aggressive, but you know what? Aggressive suits him. This is fine, but Live actually spots him. Don't need footprints to catch out, but
that's a great drone position. BD know exactly where to find Nesk on the Jaeger.
Don't move the drone too much; it'll make noise. Oh, they're definitely trying to set this up. Now, of course, as they're doing so, they're burning time. Just because you see where Nesk's at, if it doesn't lead to a kill, it's not really benefiting you because you need to go through him to get to where you're going. They are setting up to get the wall open, though. So this is where PZD needs to help out. Now, last time they did manage to do it. Get rid of damage on PSK as well.
Oh, Panico turning around, but he drops. And actually, that might have just saved him from a brutal death here. As Black Dragons actually lose out Live. Nesk on his own here in the room in the bedroom. He might find a second. Yes, he will. GDN dropped. Liquid are excelling in the frag department here.
I can imagine that was counter intel. You had the drone from Live onto Nesk, but then he had the Echo drone calling out when he was approaching. So the information was actually in Nesk's favor. Well played by Sexy Cake, supporting his teammate like that.
Black Dragons continuing to drone here, but of course the advantage is widely in Liquid's favor. There's still the Thatcher and the Thermite left on BD, so you got that to look forward to, but will he push? Yes, he will. Nesk is just collecting kills. Three for him. Leaving only 2 available for Black Dragons. Try to run in the window, but the hatch is already open. Is it? Yes, it is. PCD's up close and personal, trying to support his teammate, and will find the Jaeger and take away Nesk.
Their best weapon is now gone. We'll see, though. A lot of the other players have been doing pretty decent in the later rounds here. 15 seconds.
Seconds to go.
How do you play this now? PZD needs to look around the corner,
10 seconds remaining.
and Team Liquid will be pouncing on them. Moringa takes down Hugzord, leaving PZD only alive. Look at that. Yokai, Nitro Cell, Shotgun, and fire from PSK will connect. PZD finally eliminated Liquid. Round away from gathering at least a point at the end of the day.
We're creeping towards that tie. Certainly likely to happen the rate things are going here, this back and forth nature. Defensive sided or not, both teams are able to play defense, and Black Dragons at least locking Liquid out of the 3 points, though, is somewhat of a victory. Because, I mean, if they get a tie, then they stay still 1 point away from each other and kind of hold each other to the middle of that leaderboard. I mean, you've got the bottom 2 pretty far away. You've got the top 2 pretty far away. They're just kind of hanging out in the middle there, floating around. We will go Church. Now, since they lost that last time, despite Moringa's attempted clutch. But instead of going with the Castle, which they're going to show to hint that they're going to play an extreme upstairs defense again. But no, they're going to play more conservative and, in fact, try and deny the Church wall with PSK1 this time. So I can imagine the reinforcements probably to go downstairs this time. And they'll get the hatches as well.
Yeah, this is where Liquid kind of changed their whole setup.
It's like we had the rush strat from BD and then the upstairs defense strat from Liquid. It's awkward sometimes. But I like the attempts at innovation, at least. If you can call a rush strat innovation. It is if it works, right?
So, what'll happen here?
10 seconds
Black Dragons lost 1 drone, south of Live, and the site seems to be fairly clear. Devin.
locate.
What are they doing? Or maybe they're just getting back to site late, though.
Okay.
I think they are, a little bit. At least a couple of players are going to be downstairs. They could be faking that they're playing an upstairs defense during the droning phase when no one's really going to be following them up, though. Because both teams haven't been super following up their drones. They've mostly been collecting intel more passively. No mute jammer there this time to stop the drone from dirt. So instead, with a little different lineup, bringing that bandit. Live wait for those spawn peaks, too. Because he knows with so many people seeming like they're upstairs that spawn peaks might be a thing. Now they're playing it slow and careful now.
You know what the weird thing is? Team Liquid are already in the grand finals for BR6 for this year's season.
Oh.
They're awaiting possibly FaZe, but possibly NIP or Black Dragons. It's a very interesting way that they set up BR6, and the finals for BR6 are in 10 days.
Wow.
So for any Brazilians that are watching here, hello. But you should go there. It's in Rio.
Absolutely.
I wish I could, honestly.
At least we've been there once. Just not too.
It's the same arena, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. So how does Black Dragons deal with this? They have the Zofia already in the bar, and some fire being brought up here from Nesk, playing at the bottom of the stairs. We'll walk on down to Church. Paulo should have some ADSs near him as well to protect. GDN will move into the kitchen. Hatches being opened up as we speak. There's no call to deal with those hatches, so it's an easy trick to take them away.
Definitely something they're okay with at this time, and they're wanting to play a little bit more turtle, not wanting to contest them too much. Trying to stay alive, play their defensive advantage because, well, if both teams are going to push kind of slow, Liquid need to play off that, not play so overly aggressive because they just need to play time smart because BD are going to take some time to drone first. They're going to try and figure things out, and then, of course, Liquid can move if those drones aren't followed up by people.
Is there a reinforcement behind Nesk? No, there's not. The wall is completely soft. GDN finds the kill on him. And Liquid might actually lose this off of the smart play from Black Dragons. The Nitro Cell will be used and will not connect. The Thermite Charge will open up the side of the wall. All done by Hagzord here, as his drone is upstairs. So it'll be used for flank watch. PZD has a soft wall next to him. Yes, he can literally walk into another angle.
Smoke is at least delaying live a little bit.
Yep, and is being thrown right in the face of the Jackal. So Hugzord simply watching out for the Bandit on the peak. This has to go into him, but PSK and Sexy Cake will respond. PZD with one more. He can go and plant behind the black box, but Liquid have already found 2 kills, and they'll descend with all their wrath on PZD. They're conga-lagging towards him as Sexy Cake finds the kill. Black Dragons lose out, and Liquid secure 1 point at the end of this playday.
Their second draw on this map now. Out of the 3 times they've played it, they've drawn twice. It's like we're watching SSG playing Coastline. It's not great, but I think a pretty good effort from both teams. Just a lot of interesting plays in terms of some misplays, some interesting strats, trying to do some different things.